Pip and the Golden Heart. It was just another usual day. Pip the penguin was sitting on his favorite iceberg, dangling his fishing rod over the edge. His tummy gave a long, grumbly growl. Not a single fish had come his way. He tried lowering the hook down through a little crack in the ice. Perhaps fish lived under the iceberg? At one point, he yanked so hard on a stubborn tug that he stumbled back 3 steps, only to find he'd hooked the iceberg itself. He pulled, he grunted, he leaned back with every bit of weight he had. The iceberg did not move even a little. Pip sat down heavily in the middle of the ice, flippers drooping, tired, hungry, completely out of ideas. Maybe if I rest my eyes, he yawned, a fish will sneak onto my hook. And just like that, with the cold Arctic breeze, Pip fell fast asleep and dreamed of the most magnificent fish he had ever seen. Tug, 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 tug. Pip's rod dipped so hard it nearly yanked him off the ice. His eyes flew open, and what he saw made his beak drop wide. She didn't even fight the hook. She simply leapt clean out of the water and landed, soft as a snowflake, right in his open flippers. Thought Pip, licking his beak. That looks delicious. But then, Golden Fish began to glow. She leaped out of his hands and began flopping back and forth on the ice. Tiny bubbles floated from her lips, and inside each one, Pip could see whole worlds. A shimmering coral castle, sisters and brothers weaving through underwater gardens, a family laughing in the deep. Her underwater kingdom, the place where she grew up, deep in the heart of the ocean, where she made her home. Pip looked at his empty fish basket, then at Golden Heart, then at the basket again. He took a very long, slow breath. Then he opened his flippers wide and said softly, "You can go." And that was the beginning of the most wonderful afternoon Pip had ever had. He ran around his iceberg, flippers waving. Golden Heart spiraled through the air beside him like a ribbon of sunshine. She dove under the ice, and Pip scrambled around looking for her until a golden shimmer popped up on the other side, giggling in bubbles. Suddenly, Golden Heart dove deep, deeper than Pip could see. Gently, she placed it on the edge of the ice, a thank you gift from the deep sea to his heart. Pip picked it up and held it to his ear. Music drifted out, upbeat, bubbly, wonderful, and before he knew it, his little feet were dancing all on their own. They were in the middle of a splashing game when a shadow crossed the ice. A mean seagull had landed on the edge, eyes fixed on Golden Heart with a very hungry look. Pip didn't even hesitate. He puffed up his chest, spread his flippers, and charged straight at the seagull. Golden Heart surfaced and blew the most beautiful bubble he'd ever seen, shaped exactly like a heart. And as Pip caught it in his flipper, it turned solid, cold, shimmery, an ice lollipop in the shape of a heart. The sky turned soft pink and purple, and the sea went quiet. Pip sat at the edge of his iceberg, feet dangling over the water. Golden Heart rested just beside him, her head above the surface, watching the same horizon. The first star of evening appeared above them, bright and golden. And then it burst. It scattered across the whole sky in a million sparkling pieces, and suddenly the night was full of stars, every single one of them glowing just for them.